I don't know what the hair situation is, but it looks better than how I had it. So, I always do this. I go a really long time without having filmed anything, and then I get in front of the camera and I act super weird for no reason, so sorry. I really wanted to do this for me. I feel like every influencer ever says that when they film a dramatic video and then they end up posting it. Maybe I will post it, because the intention is to be raw. I am usually able to process things by like writing them out, but I've done that over the past like week. I literally have pages on pages of just front and back of just notes and trying to, I don't know, partially like plan out my life, but also unscramble my thoughts about my life and what my life should look like, the changes I need to make. I don't know how to like word that, but I hate this actually. I don't know. Yeah. Most, if not all, of my conditions are getting worse. And they're like tag teaming each other. So a lot of stuff is like overlapping. I think my endo is the worst right now. Yeah, just like full body fatigue, joint pain, joint swelling. I was getting a lot of that today. I've actually slept for most of the day. I like woke up a couple times in between, but yeah, every time I opened my eyes, I just felt like I had been hit by a car, and I just get like super like feverish, like flushed too. It just feels like full body inflammation. I really wanted a steroid shot earlier. I'm feeling like a little bit better than I did earlier, but yeah, I'm kind of back at that point. Like after this, I'm going straight to bed. My mast cell has kind of been under control, food wise, but part of it is because like the meds are, you know, really trying to do their job, but other part of it is I just found out 2 weeks ago I have gastroparesis. So yeah, my mast cell is mostly under control because I literally can't eat. But it's not like, oh, that's under control, so that's like a tally mark win. Like, no, I'm trading. So every time I do eat, extreme fatigue, dizziness, heart palpitations, abdominal pain. Like most of the time I feel like somebody punched me in the stomach. Sometimes I'll get like sinus pain and stuff too. Sometimes I'll get migraines. Yeah, a lot of the time now, and like I've been declining the past couple of months, but like definitely like the week of the test and then especially after the test, it's just been like worse on a daily basis. Yeah, my symptoms are just awful. Sometimes I feel better like having not eaten than I do having eaten, but I'm still like starving all the time and all that. So yeah, I took my test, and my appointment with my PCP who ordered the test wasn't for another 2 weeks after that. There was a week that I called her office every single day to try to get in earlier, like see if they had cancellations, and nothing. So then finally when my appointment came around, she basically was like, yeah, call your GI doc, which is really discouraging because I waited 2 weeks to talk to her just for her to tell me that. So that's beyond frustrating. I'm not going back to the GI that I've seen before. One, because I just don't think she's going to be very helpful. Obviously, I haven't seen her in a while for a reason. But her soonest available appointment was January. So I called somewhere else. Their first availability for new patients was April. Then I called another practice. Their availability is December, and their website specifically talks about them being well versed in gastroparesis. So I just decided that I'll take it, and I'm on their cancellation list. So I've really been praying and have other people praying that something will open sooner. Yeah, because I'm like literally wasting away. So that's the other thing too, is I'm waging war about like life changes and like what next steps are for me from now till December. One thing was like trying to just do an all liquid diet, even though liquid like also really, really hurts and makes me really sick. I figured, it would probably be a little easier on my body than like solids. So I like can't eat fruits or anything either, like really just like no solid foods. But even when it comes to liquids, like I can only eat fruit juices like apple and grape. Like I can't drink anything like with pulp and stuff. And yeah, the past couple of days I've had at least like one solid thing to eat. Because like I said, it's not like my cravings aren't there, my appetite's not there. Like I do have an aversion to food, but I still get like really, really hungry. So I usually cave around like bedtime, which is fine because then if I have symptoms, I'm like laying down anyway. But the problem with that is that I don't sleep, because then I'm getting bad stomach pains and reflux and heart palpitations and all that. So there's like no win situation. That's like one of the changes I made. But I'm really like, the big things are like I'm trying to figure out like work and school. I feel like my mind keeps telling me that I'm a failure because I can't like do the things that, not just that I want to do, but like that everybody else is able to do. And I don't know. I know it's not true, obviously, but I'm just really having a hard time like adjusting to this reality. I've been sick for almost 5 years, and I think that's what frustrates me about feeling like this. Because like just looking at the past couple weeks, the past couple months, like in that timeline, like time frame, I've been rapidly declining, but it's been 5 years of mostly being ignored and dismissed, so the decline actually wasn't that rapid. It was pretty freaking gradual, but nobody else cared, so now my body's just at a point where it can't sustain me. Like I've got a connective tissue disorder, I've got autonomic nervous system disorder, I for sure have 2 autoimmune diseases, but you could say 3 because my rheumatologist is still almost sure that I have lupus. So 3 autoimmune diseases and asthma, and like my body's tired and she's giving up, and I don't blame her, because I think the other thing that I'm like struggling with is trying to forgive myself. I get so pissed at doctors for like minimizing my experience or dismissing me or like egging me on and then not being helpful. But the other night I had the realization that like I've been doing the same thing to myself for years when I'm at work and my body really hurts, or I get really dizzy, or I feel like I'm gonna throw up, and those symptoms are my body's way of telling me, like, hey, we need to slow down, we need to stop. And every single time I just ignore it and kind of move on. So yeah, I was thinking about that the other night, and I was just kind of like, wow, like, I am not much better to my body than the people that I complain about are supposed to be helping me. So yeah, I'm trying to be more gentle and like gracious with myself, but yeah, for years I've basically told my body the same thing, is that like I'm being too dramatic, that it's fine, that, you know, I don't care that I'm in pain, I just need to like get X, Y, and Z done. I'm sure that has also like caused a lot of damage and not helped me, so that's hard too. And yeah, these are just like some of the things that I've been wrestling with. And I like, imposter syndrome is a big thing too. I really feel like I'm living a double life. Like, I've been masking for so long. I can't, like, I'm really getting to a point where I like am just completely unable to mask, and so I'm like also in denial that my health is actually this bad. I don't know, I just you see like movies and people on Instagram and stuff who are like sick. And I guess I just always thought that like that would never be me. Or like that even if my health did like get worse, that because I'm able to mask it so well that like it wouldn't matter. Like, I don't know, maybe that was prideful of me to be like, yeah, I'll never experience a life of like being bedridden. And I've had my days, you know, where Sunday comes around and I've worked hard all week, and Sunday I just crash, but usually by Monday I'm like good, and I can, well, good in the sense of I can go back to masking and go back to work and do all the things. But now I'm at a point like, yeah, I've just like never called out so much in my life. And the imposter syndrome thing just comes from like holding on to the thoughts and opinions of all the people that have told me I'm too dramatic, or that I just need to push through, or that I, you know, you can do it, just, you know, go for it. And yeah, I just gotta stop telling myself this stupid stuff, because it's not healthy. That's like, so when I am bedridden, when I do have to call out of work, when I don't show up to class, those parts of me, those like patterns and belief systems that have been ingrained in my head for years, those things keep replaying, and so it makes me feel like, I have no excuse not to be in class right now, or I had no excuse not to show up to work, when I'm like actually fighting for my life. And then maybe the next week when I finally go to work, or I make it to one class, and the sick side of me is just like beating myself up, because I should be in bed, I should be resting. Why am I, you know, I'm just showing up to be a people pleaser. I'm just showing up so that nobody's mad that I didn't show up. I'm just showing up to prove like, you know, I've got it. I just literally like can't satisfy either side, and like maybe they can coexist, but I don't know. I just want to pick. Like, either I'm gonna go out and be normal and have a job and go to school, or I'm gonna be sick and be in my bed and all I do is go to doctor's appointments. And I don't know why. Like, it has to be one extreme or the other for me. I just keep, like, because where I'm at now, like, still having, like, work shifts in my calendar, and, like, I'm not showing up to class, but, like, still doing the work, and, like, the stress from that. I just feel like I'm not fully, like, I can't just cut back. I feel like I have to, like, scrap so many things to, like, actually get rest. I'm just not at a point anymore where I can only take a day or a week off, or, like, slightly scale back. Like, a 2-week vacation is not gonna make me feel like I can tackle the world again. But I don't know what to do. And I've thought so many times about withdrawing from classes, and I've just come so far, and I don't want to be behind, but I also hate that I care. I hate that, like, my health isn't first, that, like, this is not a no-brainer. I also hate that, like, I put so much of my identity in being a student and not in being a child of God. And I feel like if I would just put all of myself there, to actually be willing to, like, fully give him control, I just think it would be, like, so different for me, and I feel like these decisions would be easier. So I really have, like, spent this week just so deep in prayer and reading and writing and talking to him and worship. It's been so good, and it's, like, literally the only reason I have joy. Yeah, I really feel like I'm leading a double life. I feel like people who see me at work and school and have no idea what's going on. I feel like I'm lying to them and putting on a show, and then the people in my life know, at least partially, the severity of everything. I feel like when they see me even partially more mobile, or see me have joy, it feels like a gotcha moment. When I'm masking, I feel like I'm doing a disservice to me and other people, but then when I do show myself or feel like I show myself, and yeah, it just feels like, I don't know, still not, like, authentic enough. So yeah, overall, I just want to survive these next 2 months. I literally don't know how I'm gonna do it. I lost 12 pounds in the last month alone. So more than that for who knows how long. I, like, hate looking at myself in the mirror now, to be completely honest. I have days, you know, when I have the energy to, like, really get dressed and do my makeup and do my hair, you know, I feel like something. I feel a little bit better. But like, without all that stuff, I really, like, hate looking at myself in the mirror now. When I breathe, I can see my rib cage. And when I take a deep breath, I can see my heart beating from the center of my chest, and just literally feel so emaciated. And it's just weird. Like, it's all weird that this is my reality. I've already, like, felt like a shell of myself. So I'm just kind of worried that, like, if I keep getting bad, that I'm just gonna be at a point where I completely don't know like who I am anymore. And there are days where I just feel like completely out of my mind. Honestly, probably this whole week, just every day. I just keep having to like repeat the day of the week to myself. Cause I'll think about something and I'll get anxious because I feel like it's Sunday or Wednesday or, and I'm like thinking about my calendar and I don't want to be unprepared to like go out into the world feeling like this. So basically every day I'm like getting the Sunday scaries, and then I have to like be like, no, it's Saturday, I don't have anything to do today, I don't have anything to do tomorrow, it's Saturday, it's okay. But I feel like I'm like in the wrong time zone, like nothing feels right or on track. I just feel like I'm completely out of the loop of everything, and yeah, it's just kind of driving me crazy. Yeah, I just like have no like routine anymore. My health is not predictable anymore. I hate scheduling things in advance now. I know everybody keeps saying one day at a time, but it's just like most of the time that is just not how life works. But I feel like God is saying the same thing to me, so I'm like trying, but yeah, I just want like some sense of routine again. And I miss eating, bro. I miss eating so bad. Yeah, I miss being in my kitchen. Yeah, it just kind of broke my heart a little. Like, I can still cook for other people, but it's just not the same at all. I just think every day, everything becomes a little more real. Yeah, I think that's all I've got.